Welcome student, it's Sanjay Kumar Upadhyay from SVM SINIDIH. Today's topic is scope of variable in Python. While using variable in Python, there are several scopes that we have to understand while using function in Python. Every variable in a program has a well-defined accessibility, that a variable can be accessed to which part and in which part it cannot be accessed. The part of the program where the programmer can use the specific variable is called scope of variable. Means the area in which the particular variable can be used is its scope. Let us take an example. Here is a main program having variable x, and this main program contains two functions, function 1 and function 2. The main program has a variable x. Function 1 has variable a and function 2 has variable b. This ax, a and b has well defined life and accessibility. Means the life of a is within this function 1, life of b is within this function 2, but the life of x lies in a main program as well as in function 1 and function 2. This is called scope of a variable. Now, variable scope can be categorized into two categories, local and global. Like in previous example, we can say that x is a global scope variable because x can be used in the every part of the main program. It is in the main program as well as in function 1 as well as in function 2. But here a and b are the local scope variable, means the scope of a is within function 1 only and the scope of b is within function 2 only. Let's see with example. A variable defined inside any function or a block is called local variable. It can be accessed only in the function or a block where it is defined. Means its limits under a particular block or a function. It exists only till the function executes. As soon as the function execution gets ended, the lifetime of the local variable come to an end. Let's see the example. Here we have defined a function fun with a local variable y. Y has assigned a value of 2. This is printed here. The value of local variable y is y. This will be executed. When this function is called, then the inner part of the statement in a function, that is variable of y, value of y inside that function will be printed. But when we are trying to display the value of y outside the function, then it will display an error message. This shows that a local variable can be only accessed inside the function. It cannot be accessed outside the function. Means y is a local variable and its lifetime ends with a defined function only. Now see the global scope of a variable. A variable defined outside any function or a block is called global variable. It can be accessed in any function defined onwards. Any changes in a global variable is permanent and it affects the function where the particular global variable has been used. Let us take an example. Here a global variable n is equal to 5. N is global variable because it is outside the function. Here a function is defined fun having y as local variable, z as local variable, and here we are displaying the value of y and z. Here the new thing is that we are here changing the value of z depending on the global variable. Means as the global variable gets changes, the value of local variable also get changes. Means changes in a global variable affects the value of local variable or the location where it is used. See the output here. When we call the function fun, the first statement of print, the value of local variable y is y, means 2 is displayed here. The value of local variable z is z, means here z is equal to n plus 1, means n is 5, then 5 plus 1, 6 will be the assigned value to z, and this assigned value will be displayed here. Then the value of n inside the function is 5, and it can be called also in outside the function. There also it is 5. This shows that global variable can be used in any part of your program, and its value can affect each and every part of a program wherever it is used. Now, if you want to use the local variable as a role of global variable, then we can do it by using a global keyword. Like this, we have a function like SVM, and we defined here global x is equal to 10, y is equal to 2, print the value of y and x, here x inside fun, and we can also access it outside the function also. This is possible because it is declared as global in a function. Means global keyword can be used to define a function, define a variable within a function as a global variable. So in this way we can use any variable within a function act as a global variable. Now if we are using a function within that function we have a variable with the same name as we have global variable, then what happens? If a variable with the same name as a global variable is defined inside a function, then it is considered local to that function and hides the global variable. Means here n is equal to 5, it is a global variable, and if we define same n as a global, then it locally redefines the scope. It changes the scope of n as a local variable. Now when you are accessing n inside the n, then here we have the authority to change the value of n. If n is 5, then we would be able to now change the value of n to 10. If here n is assigned with the value of 10, now print n is reassigned n. This is the function part definition, and here n is globally reassigned. Then what happens? Here initially n value is 5, after defining it as global inside a function, its value remains as 5, but when we are reassigning the new value to n, the value of n gets changes. And now the value of n is 10. We can see it in output. And after the execution of that fun function, we can also access the n outside the function also. Then n is a global variable which is defined inside a function as a local and behaves like a global outside the function also. Means same variable is act as local as well as global. Here one thing we have to remember, that if the modified value of global variable is to be used outside the function, then also global keyword is used. Means whenever we want to change the value of global variable, for that purpose also we use global keyword with our local variables, so that we would able to change the value of global variable. Now we can take some questions, go through this question and hope you will solve it. Okay students, this is regarding the scope of variable in a program. Hope you will understand it. So go through the questions whatever given here and keep studying. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.